Okay, so hi everybody. My name is Romane or Romie. I'm from France, and my exchange year was in Iowa, in a small city called Mobile. Yeah, so I had a single mom. I also had a host grandma, which she was very cool. And I had a host sister. She was from Sweden, and she was my age. So that was kind of special to me because I'm an only child. So I was very happy to know that I was gonna have a sister for a year. And as for the things we all did together, I mean, it was like some normal things, I guess, but like going out together, having dinner, or just like we went to a concert together for our birthdays. It was so cool. We went to see Billie Eilish. I will remember that forever. It was so nice. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we did. Just going out with the whole family or celebrating Christmas, like Thanksgiving that we don't celebrate in Europe. That's not a thing. So it was also very nice to learn about that too. Yeah. She was very open-minded. She was pretty chill, she wasn't like strict or anything. So I think it was great because I'm very close to my mom and also my dad here. And now like she never really restricted me. She was always like very open. Like we always had like this kind of conversation, like, okay, you can do that, but be careful about that. And she was the same way, and she acted the same way. So it was very great because I didn't feel like a huge gap between my actual mom and my host mom, because they were kind of the same for that. I would say the biggest thing for me is, yeah, it was definitely school.
Okay.
Just the spirit, everything was a whole different, like way of doing things. And I don't know, it was just like so good. I had such a great time at school. I think it's great because the fact that I was in a small town and there was not many people. I think it's a great thing because you get to know everybody. Like you can say like, okay, I know this person, I know where she comes from, like. And I think it's not what you can say when you're in a big city. Yeah, well, I would say in terms of resilience, there's a lot of time where I was alone, like even if obviously you're surrounded by the people you meet or your host family, like there's a lot of people here for you. But you're still kind of by yourself, if I can say so, because it's just you. No one is from your country, no one speaks the language, so you really have to adapt a lot. And I would say like, like you just have sometimes. I a lot of times when I was homesick, for example, I had to just kind of like be okay. Well, I know it's gonna get better. I have to think of the month coming or like what it's gonna be good, and like it really helps, I think, because you get a lot of independence. Like you're not with your parents. You can't just call your mom and be like, okay, what can I do now? Because there's 7 hours ahead and there's nothing to do about it. So yeah, I think you just have to do with it, and it works. It really works. Of course, an exchange year is amazing, but there's also a lot of hardships. Like there's a lot of things that are going to be complicated that you're not always going to understand because of course it's not your language and not your culture. So yeah, you really got to adapt, and it really helps me be more confident. I would say I'm already a social person, so it was fine. But like just asking a lot of questions, sometimes be like, okay, I don't know what she's talking about, or like I don't understand. And there's gonna be those kinds of moments, and it just really helped. really helps you grow, I think. Yeah. Well, there was just something about, going somewhere else, discovering a whole new culture, traditions, people, talking another language. Also, because I've always been very interested in English. Because for me, it's super important. I don't know why, but I really wanted to be able to fully talk in English, like be fluent. It was important to me. It wasn't the first thing, but it was important. And the USA, because like first it's, I don't know, it's the American dream, I guess, the American dream. And because I heard also that the families were not paid, I think.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I really liked this idea that, like they were just those families that really wanted to have you, not just because there was a, like relation to money or anything like that. So I think that's also why I went to the US. And because of the American spirit, school spirit, all the things that you do, that I think is kind of cool. Prom, graduation, all those moments that the school, like, I don't know, I just think prom was amazing because it's not something that exists in France. I don't think it exists in Europe, in general. So it's just something that's really like, oh wow, it's just like in the movies. I'm really living in a movie right now. And graduation was also a memorable moment because in France we don't actually celebrate it. It's just like, okay, congrats, now you can go. And yeah. So that's why it was really memorable for me, and I will remember it forever because it's just, like I graduated in America, and it's kind of cool to say it. So yeah. When I was in the US, I used to like going to Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's, and try all those. I forgot the word. Or like those huge cookies.
Biscuits.
No, that crumble cookie. The brand crumble cookie. It's just so enriching to get to know people that don't have the same background as you or the same ethnicity or, like just not the same story. And I think for me, it was just amazing to get to know all these people. So I think, it was kind of the same for them, or I hope it was, because it's always important to, know that you're not alone. Your country is not the only one, and there's always people from other places, and like it's always so interesting, I think.